Hi, my name is Kate Christoffel, and I'm from Canada. I'm the founder of HESED International. I want to share with you the vision that was the catalyst for starting HESED International, and prior to that, Fire Athletics International. I was working primarily in sport ministry, developing faith-based sport academies, helping people around the world start their faith-based sport academy to disciple and train young athletes to be leaders in the world. That evolved into HESED International, which is more full spectrum and includes more than sport. But for now, I just want to share with you the vision that was the catalyst behind this, where God gave me a vision of the power of children to lead the world into peace, love, and joy, and lead the world to Him. I had been to church. It was a few years ago. It was a Sunday afternoon. I had been to church, was driving home. I had quite a distance to drive, and I felt a little sleepy. So I pulled over and had a little nap, a little rest stop on the side of the road. And I found myself in this dream. I was looking over an Olympic stadium that had a hole in the roof, as similar to what you see behind me, a stadium where I was looking down through the roof, and I saw a big soccer pitch on the ground, a full-size pitch, and on the field were many 10-year-old children, girls and boys, all playing together. Now, children that age, they play on a smaller field, so there were a number of games going on simultaneously. There was a red team playing a blue team, an orange team playing a purple team, and a yellow team playing a green team, and the colors of their jerseys represented the color of the flag of their country. And remember, it was an Olympics for 10-year-olds, and all the skin colors. There were so many different skin colors, and again, boys and girls all playing together. And these children were playing with such skill. And it wasn't just about talent. It was that they were really well trained, and they knew how to play. And it was beautiful to watch. But really, that wasn't as impressive as the heart of these children. It was not how they played, it was why they played. And these kids knew that they had already won the greatest victory, and that's the victory over death, right? So they all knew that Jesus had defeated death, rose again, and that through their belief in Him, that they also have defeated death, that they would never die, that their bodies would die at some point, but that they would move on and live forever in heaven. And so they played knowing that this game on this day, in this location at this Olympics, really was insignificant. It didn't matter because they'd already won a much greater victory. So they were free to play without anything to earn, without anything to prove, and to play just for the joy and the privilege of playing soccer. And so as such, they played to develop their own character, to develop their own perseverance, to develop self-control and patience and joy, and to be able to play sport with joy and peace. And they did that also for the other team, right? They were just as interested in their own abilities to play that well under pressure, but also for the other team to play well as well. So it was like, it was beautiful to watch. It was just beautiful to behold. And as these children were playing, it was like a song rose up from the field. They weren't singing, but it was their heart song rose up as they played. And I'm going to read you the lyrics to this song. It says, "I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love, grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills, all peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today. A song of peace that echoes on and never goes away. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand and hear them echo through the hills all for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today. A song of peace that echoes on and never goes away. And really, as I'm saying it again, I realize that's my own heart cry. But my playing days are over. And so this heart song rose up from the field, from the hearts of these children. And in the bleachers surrounding the field, I saw men that were fighting, and I saw women that were screaming at each other. They were screaming at the referees and screaming at the kids and screaming at the coaches, and they were throwing food. And as this song rose up, it filled their hearts. And the men that were fighting, they put their fists down and they said, why are we fighting? And the women stopped shouting and screaming, and they were like, why are we yelling? And then they all started encouraging the players and encouraging the coaches and encouraging the referees and just celebrating this beautiful game. But it didn't stop there. The news stations heard there's something going on down at the Olympic Stadium. So they sent their news crews down to report on what was happening. And so the men were there with their, there was men with their, like the cameramen were there, the reporters with their microphones were there, and they're standing at the edge of their field, at the field and reporting on what's going on. And then I moved in my dream to this apartment. And in this apartment, there was a man sitting in his chair watching this event on the television, this 10-year-old Olympics. And the mom was in the kitchen cooking supper, and there was two little children on the floor playing, they were fighting over a toy. And the song came through the television camera and filled his heart, this dad's heart. And he said, now I should say, this mom and dad were planning to get a divorce. They hadn't told the children yet, but they had planned to get a divorce. And so the song came in and filled his heart. And he said to the wife, he said, come here, you've got to see this. And so she comes running in, and the song fills her heart. And then they look at each other and they say, well, why are we getting a divorce? We love each other. And then the song filled the children's hearts, and they were fighting over that toy, but now they were playing and sharing and enjoying that toy together. And that happened in home after home after home after home all around the world. And so the message from this is the power of children to bring peace and love and joy to the world, the peace, love, and joy that only comes through Jesus Christ. It spread around the world, and it was because children have a way of sharing the good news with love by doing it. They can speak it, but there's a power that children have that we don't have as adults. And that our mission is to raise these children to be world changers and community leaders. Right? And what a privilege that job is. What a powerful, privileged job that is. And so our mission statement is to raise armies of children. And I say armies because they've got a lot of battling to do in these days, and these kids will know how to do battle spiritually. So it's to raise armies of children to be to raise armies of children firmly rooted in their purpose, worth, and identity, to be world changers and community leaders. Now, we don't use the word Jesus in there, and there's a reason for that, because in some countries are closed countries, and we have to be mindful to protect the workers there and the children there. However, when we say to be firmly rooted in their purpose, worth, and identity, we know what that means, right? Their purpose, worth, and identity according to Jesus Christ. So that is the vision and the mission of HESED International. The name HESED is Hebrew for the word love. When I transitioned from Fire Athletics International, when he said, no, you need to do more than just sport, I said, and he gave me the blueprint for it, and I said, this has to be founded in love. The very foundation must be love. I want to name this love, something about love. And so I looked up the Hebrew word for love, and that is HESED, HESED. And that means undeserved, unearned, faithful love. And that is the vision and the mission for HESED International. And bless everybody.